How about
Oh,
that? How about that? It's just so very fancy.
it's very nice.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Uh,
everybody.
this is a work in progress because it has been a year or two
Yeah,
since I have done a live on my channel. So, uh, Heather is helping me out, and I am looking to see.
trying.
Tom was the first one that slid in, and he is looking for Mary Magdalene. Tom, she is here in spirit. Um, and
So,
David is Bartholomew. He is my son.
hi,
And
David.
it's so good to see you, Diane G. and Flowing. And Ange is here. So
Yet not
today,
later.
today we were going to talk about Mary Magdalene. And I wanted to talk about her because I don't know. I think in many ways she is shrouded in mystery. And Heather, did you want to say something about her before I dive into what I have?
No,
Oh,
I
and
just want to.
Janet Lee just came
I
in.
see Janet. So, I am Nancy's managing moderator. So, everybody knows ahead of time. I'm going to have to use my phone. I can see everybody clear as day on my iPad because I'm managing, but it's not letting me do any managing stuff. YouTube is not allowing me, or Google are not communicating properly together. So, if we can have any of Nancy's mods, I'll try. And I can see that you're one of her mods. In the event something comes up where we might get a little troll, or if someone makes a comment or has a question, I will try to keep my attention on this. But if with the little arrows, just in case, so that I can help Nancy along. When I did managing moderator for Ramon, I had no problem utilizing all of my abilities, for starring comments and chatting and everything. Just for some reason tonight, whatever it is with Nancy StreamYard and my app and Google StreamYard YouTube, they are not behaving. So, but we're still going to have a great time talking about Mary Magdalene. And so I really don't work with Mary Magdalene. I've always been very drawn to and connected to Mother Mary. So when Nancy wanted to do Mary Magdalene, I thought this is perfect because I know that she has several decks of Mary Magdalene, and she's connected more with her than I have. There's not very much I have to say about her, um, but I did want to share the one card that let's see, Ange, you just put something in there. Is that for me? Um, I am not sure. Ange, if you can tell me what that link is, I'll take a look at that while Nancy's talking. So for me, I wanted to share the Mary Magdalene card from the Obsidian Veil. And it's a distressful, actually, looking card, but that's because he was representing how she has been treated by the church, being beaten down, being the harlot, the prostitute. She's taken a lot of hits. She's been cut, she's been hurt, she has suffered. So he wanted to represent that connection with Mary, in the way that the church and other patriarchal religions have treated her. And I just want to find what page she's on really quick, because this is not in alphabetical order. Um, and so Marie Magdalena is a figure shrouded in mystery within Christianity. Initially an infamous prostitute, she was taken in by Jesus, who would refer to her as his most devoted disciple. Amidst the societal judgment about her past, Marie, he refers to her as Marie, remained loyal to Jesus and is often depicted as one of the last to leave his crucifixion site and the first to witness his resurrection. Marie Magdalena embodies the power of transformation and forgiveness. Her journey from a misunderstood figure to a devoted disciple highlights the strength in overcoming societal judgments. Reflect on her story to find inspiration in releasing past burdens and embracing forgiveness, both for yourself and for others. Marie Magdalena reminds us that we are not defined by the traumas we have experienced and that we can break free from the shackles of our past. Our past does not dictate our future. Let go of self limiting beliefs, shame, and regret, and instead embrace the present moment with openness and curiosity. She invites us to release the chains of past experiences, enabling us to move forward with renewed strength, clarity, and resilience. Your narrative is not what others say it is. Release the weight of past traumas. It empowers us to reclaim our personal power and rewrite our story with self love, acceptance, and resilience. You are defined by the radiant light of your present and the infinite possibilities of your future. He's just such a prolific writer. I just absolutely love Vixen.
Yes.
And that's what he has for her. And just something that I wanted to add, and for any of those of you that are still, Christian, that practice, and we have, I know for one, Fatima comes in and she's still a practicing Catholic. But for me, and this is, this has been discussed, you know, um, from time to time in different circles, different spiritual circles, whether or not Christ had actually died on the cross. They're thinking there is some belief that because Mary and Mary Magdalene, um, being women of wisecraft, of herbcraft, were able to help when they thought that he had died, had taken him down, and had actually brought him back to, basically back to life. Were able to heal him, resurrect him, and then they were able to escape and start their life together elsewhere away from the Roman Empire and
Mhm.
Constantine, or Pontiff, whatever his name was, Pontius Pilate. So that's something that has always resonated with me. I don't know if it's true. There are many different people who channel spirit and have what their guides and their ascended masters they feel tell them. But for me, I thought this was always very interesting. And when you look at history, and other myths that came way before Christianity, there was the story of those who were resurrected after 3 days, including, we just spoke about Inanna last week. And Inanna had died and had been, deceased for 3 days before she was resurrected and brought back to life. So those myths have carried on through also into Christianity, and I'm just wondering if, it is possible um, that because of the Marys and the women in the village probably knowing, you know, wisecraft, I mean, they had to have known to be able to help the women give birth back in those days.
Mhm.
So I am wondering if these women, because everyone lived off the land, they knew the herbs, they knew what foods to eat, they knew, that they were able to actually help heal him and help bring his health back up, and were able to get him safely, all of them, out of, so that's where I'm going to end with what,
Mhm.
how I connect with, or how I may see.
Sandy Black just joined us.
Hi,
Um,
Sandy.
if anybody wants to put any comments in the chat as to how you feel about Mary Magdalene, um, one of the things that there is a movie out that is called Mary Magdalene, and hi, Kristen Louise.
Kristen.
Kristen just came in, and it is a movie about the ministry of Jesus when he uh, uh, went to the town of Magdala. And I don't know, Joaquin Phoenix plays Jesus, but I don't know who plays Mary. But the interesting thing about this movie, I mean, I think the reason I enjoyed it because it showed the character of Mary. And of course, it's just a movie, and she is shrouded in mystery, but it's a very, very interesting movie. It shows how important she was to the ministry. And a lot of that is lost in all the folklore. And there are many, many legends. And one of the cards that I have about Mary Magdalene that I really like is from the Red Seats Oracle. And it says, what if someone said to an embryo in the womb, outside of your world of black nothing is a miraculously ordered universe? That is a quote by Rumi. And this is what it says about Mary Magdalene. Some people believe that Mary Magdalene was Jesus's wife who bore him a daughter. Mary personifies the sacred vessel, the Holy Grail, and embodies the mysteries of the divine feminine. Mary carries the sacred inner child within her body. Our inner child is the echo of our childhood experience, some of which may have formed defensive behavior patterns in reaction to insecurity and lack of trust. As an adult, the wounds of the inner child may appear in destructive behavior patterns such as petulance, temper, depression, or irresponsibility, surfacing from an unconscious state of childhood rather than a conscious adulthood. To know our inner child allows us to become aware that its personality does not fit with who we are now, leading us to a more authentic adult life. By loving the child inside, we help the adult outside to love and be loved. And the challenge is the reaction that we have to things, and the gift is the response that we have. Let's see. I see Bernadette has come in.
Yeah, Bernadette's new. Hello, Bernadette.
And
at least to me.
Hello.
Yes.
It's lovely to have you, Bernadette.
Meet new people.
Let's see. Janet Lee says, let's see here. The most telling thing for me regarding Mary Magdalene was when Christ put his arm around her and removed her from the judging. Well, what I believe, of course, now, like I said, she is shrouded in mystery. And I personally do not believe she was a prostitute. I believe she was a follower. And I believe that the church, the ancient church, took away the power of the divine feminine and the feminine leaders in the church, because in the very beginning of the church, if you read in the Bible, I know a lot of us are no longer practicing Christians, but I was raised in the Christian church, and I pretty much know my Bible pretty well. And after the crucifixion in the early church, the women were the backbone of the church. All the male disciples, they hid. I mean, they were frightened, and the women picked up the mantle and carried it and had meetings in their homes and everything. But I was looking today at the legend of, let's see, Kristen Louise says it was a mistake made by Pope Gregory the First. He conflated Mary Magdalene and the prostitute. Okay, and let's see. Diane G says, I believe Master Mary was a high priestess herself who trained in Egypt.
Yes,
now, I
believe that
I was
too.
looking at some of the legends today about Mary Magdalene, and one of the quotes that I found are, "Legends are told when the truth is too dangerous," and that's very profound, because back then there is a legend, and of course, I think a lot of us have either read or watched the Da Vinci Code, the movie with Tom Hanks in it. But I was looking at a documentary earlier And this is what it said. And of course, I have no way of knowing if this is true or not, but I thought it was interesting, and I thought I would just pass it along. Um, it it said that in Israel, after the crucifixion, and when Mary Magdalene saw Jesus, at that time she was pregnant with their child, and Joseph of Arimathea secreted her away to Egypt, and that's where she had the baby. And the baby was what was called the Holy Grail. It was the blood of Jesus. And she was raised and safe there. And at that time, Mary Magdalene was very active in getting out the word about Jesus. And when the daughter was named Sarah, and at a certain point in time, Joseph of Arimathea took them to France. And there's a story that maybe Mary married a king, a French king. I mean, I don't know about
Possibly.
that.
Yeah. The
But
Maragovians.
the thing that I thought was really interesting was they said that, I don't know what happened to Sarah, but Joseph of Arimathea, it is said, took her body to Glastonbury and buried her beneath the Tor. And that is where Sarah is buried, according to legend. And I don't know if Jackie, you know, those of you who live in the United Kingdom, if you're aware of this legend, because
I've never heard of it.
After a while, let's see, I'm looking at the chat here. Let me see what Tom is saying. That would be from, yeah.
Yeah, Maruta said that
Oh,
she said that, well, she claims that Jesus did die on, the cross because of the spear and something with
right,
blood
right.
separating, and that was Tom's response to her.
Well, further on with the legend is said that after she was buried there for some period of time, Sarah beneath the Tor, that water sprung up, which is now the Chalice Well, and it has the tint of red in it, which is I suppose rust. But it was acknowledged that it was because of the Holy Grail and Sarah. So that's that. I just think all of that is very, very interesting. And Leonardo da Vinci, he had some very strong ideas about what happened, and a lot of his artwork,
The Last Supper,
shows what he believed. And I just thought it was interesting.
And that's why I ended up loving the Da Vinci Code. The book was a lot better. I mean, the movie was okay. It was good to watch, but it left out a lot. The book, that book was a page turner, and Dan Brown went through a lot more in that. And it opened up the conversation, and it pointed out things to me that I never saw when looking at The Last Supper by Da Vinci. And when you look at it now, it's like you can't not see that the person next to Christ or Jesus is her. I mean, the long red hair, the feminine face, the hint of the breast.
It's
then,
not.
of course,
it's not John.
And then it's got, I don't know if it's supposed to be Peter or John, but one of them's got a hand going like this across, the neck. And it's very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Well, I don't mean, we're talking, a lot of the chat is talking about religion, and I'm not trying to dredge up anything religious. I just think it is interesting for, about how her image and herself was damaged.
Yeah.
And it tried to take away her divine femininity. And I believe, I believe that she is a very strong. I don't know if you would call her a goddess, but I think that she
I
is
would.
there like Mother Mary is for those who call on her. And
I would call her a goddess.
yes, well,
Like Mother Mary should be,
yes.
well, should be according to me, but held
Hmm.
in, and that was one of the things why I didn't work with with Mary Magdalene so much, because a lot of people, especially in the goddess religions, were focusing a lot more on Mary Magdalene because of her open
Hmm.
sexuality, of her
Hmm.
red hair, of her power, whereas people continue
Hmm.
to see Mother Mary as meek and subservient, and she was
Hmm.
anything but,
Hmm.
you know. And
Yeah.
so it's nice to finally see both women starting to be shown in a more positive
Yeah.
light
Tom
with
said
the
her
power
story didn't fit the story they were trying to
trying to
push.
push.
Um,
Yeah.
and I go back to the movie where uh, she was resented
Mm-hmm.
because she understood um, the concept of love and forgiveness and the light within us, whereas the other disciples were looking for a king that would destroy and take over uh, the Roman, the what Rome had taken away from
Yeah.
Israel. And to me, that has really nothing. Well, it does have something to do with religion, but to me, it doesn't really. What it shows is the light that is available to us, and it's like the Christ consciousness. It's not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily the church. It's the concept of love and light and growing from within and trying to be the light. And that's kind of where I
Like
am.
Vixen said too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
and that's how I see it. Um, yeah, yeah, I love what Flowing said.
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to recommend something really quick. There is a couple that does electronic music, and they sing as well. Well, she sings as well, and they go by Savage and She. And when I first saw it, it was like I'm looking at, and people even in the chat was going, Maria and Crystal. When you see these two, his beard, his long hair, the first initial looks just like, the representation of Jesus. And then you got this beautiful, voluptuous, dark hair woman next to him, and they're making this beautiful music together.
Mm.
When I saw both of those together, I'm even getting goosebumps. It was like, if anyone, if I had to, envision during a meditation of what these two may have looked like, even though Mary Magdalene was supposed to have red hair, and
Mhm.
this young lady has dark hair. To me, when I saw the two together and the beautiful music they were making and how in rhythm they were, and the love and the kindness and the playfulness between them two while they were making music, it was just like, to me, it just felt like they were channeling that beautiful energy of the two of them. So I just had to share that. I might even put that in my on my community tab later to share with everybody.
Yes, that's yeah. That you said it was Savage and She.
Yep.
Well, I wrote that down, so I'm going to check it out.
And when you see it, it'll be like she or Shay. There's like a little line over it. But
Oh,
the first
okay.
initial video, you see him with the long hair, the beard, and Shannon and I are looking at going, oh my God. And I'm pulling up the comments, and people are going, and they were even saying the same thing. So yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful,
Hmm.
making beautiful music together again.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Well, I. What type of do you want to do some readings, Heather? What type of readings do
Yeah,
you
we
think?
didn't get a chance to, because Heather was trying to figure out why this managing editor thing wasn't working for me. Um, Yeah, Nancy, we can just, if people would want, like, what message does Mary Magdalene have for me? I have my Rose Oracle here,
I Bernadette.
that I can always use, and then a couple
Uh-huh.
of tarot decks if I need a clarifier. If that's okay with you, we can always
Yeah,
just have people put me in chat, and
yeah. I was thinking, yeah, if we do that, we can uh, also, I was thinking about some inner child readings because it talks about how that Mary carries the sacred inner child within.
Okay.
So,
Well, what message then we can, pull on what message this
Bernadette.
Mary Magdalene have about nurturing our inner child or loving our inner
Oh,
child?
yeah. Um, that sounds good to me. If anybody is interested in
And we
in
apologize that there's no
energy
banner.
develops, pardon me.
I'm just letting people know we're sorry there's no banner because didn't have a chance to walk Nancy through on how to do the banner. But if anybody would
Well, it's
like,
just a small group here. I mean, well, it's
yeah.
I'm thrilled there's 16, 17 people here, but
Wow, that's wonderful.
yeah, yeah. But I think we can keep on here. Alison just slid in.
Oh, did she? I haven't seen you. Oh, there she is. Hey, girl. Hey. And she says the colors are really coming out on your window, Nancy. Yeah, isn't that
Oh,
beautiful?
yes.
So if anybody would like a message from Mary, yeah, Mother Mary. I'm so used to saying Mother Mary.
Yeah.
From Mary Magdalene on nurturing your inner child, go ahead and just put me in chat. And then I'll keep an eye on it and let Nancy know who's asking. No, you can't come up right now. No. And you can take down Allison's there we go. Oh wow, and Allison's the first one.
Yeah, I tell
I'm
you what.
surprised, girl. All righty. Okay, then we got. Do you want me to write down the names as I see
I
them, or are
was
you
right.
gonna?
Yeah, I've got Allison and Janet.
Okay.
And we'll just see. Okay. Well, you want to go first, Heather?
No, I go right ahead. I'm trying to still figure out what tarot.
Okay. Let me see here.
Yeah, Janet Mozzie said me. Yes, he did, didn't he?
Okay. Elson, the first card that I got regarding your inner child is your inner child has something to say. And you know, I believe that our inner child is works very closer with our higher self, and that we have to be open to listening and hearing, you know, what's going on. This takes courage because it's not easy when there are things within us that are unresolved, that are perhaps coming out now, that things that we have to deal with from our childhood. And one of the main things that came out is forgiveness. We have to forgive ourselves, and also we have to forgive the people in our past, in our childhood, who have wronged us for one reason or another. Because when we hold on to that, it damages us. It won't let us grow. We have to try and get past that. And the final card that came out, I pulled from the Mary Magdalene Oracle, and it's testimony. And it says, love is stronger than death.
Oh wow.
And that is true. I mean, love. And I think that is what Mary Magdalene is all about. Um, she's about love, and she's about us embracing that love and um, letting her love live through us. And that's what I have for you, Allison.
Alrighty, and High Faces in the Stone. That is Don. So hi, Don.
Hey,
Welcome,
John.
Don. Don.
Oh, what is your parrot's name?
I have my Oh, Don, what is your parrot's name? Sean
Yeah.
used to have a conure. So
Ooh.
Allison, from the Rose Oracle, I pulled Temple of the Rose. And the keywords are ancient power, expression, activation, and scarlet codes. Um, so this says a lot. Um, it says here for millennia, feminine power, expression, and wisdom have been suppressed. As a result, the feminine has been silenced, dismissed, and disrespected. We've become disconnected from the earth, the mother, and have stopped revering our elders. And that jumped right at me because I know that you have that beautiful altar to your ancestors. So already this card immediately, when I saw it, started to resonate with me for you for this reading. It says, but times are finally changing and we're all a part of this change. So she's acknowledging that you are a part of this change. You are showing what it is to respect and honor your ancestors. You are exploring and standing in your power. You show Wyatt that. You show the people in your family that of what a strong, powerful, but loving and kind and gentle mother one can be. And of course, right here, because of how you are so devoted and dedicated to educating people about their health and the food that they eat and the things that they put in and on their body, it says here every time we honor our body, express our wisdom, share our voice, and connect with our sensuality, we heal the sacred thread of the feminine. Every time we call back our power, we heal the sacred thread of the feminine. Um, so to me, this is just beautiful. Every time we come together in circle, we heal the sacred thread of the feminine. So you are doing that in how you raised your son, how you continue to learn for yourself and educate yourself on your health, teaching other people. You are not afraid to voice your opinion, your wisdom, your insight, what you have learned. Um, and also embracing being a woman, your sexuality, your power, and not being afraid of standing in that power and expressing it. And the soul inquiry here is, how are you being called to call back your power, express your truth, or honor the cyclical nature within? And I think moving forward with your channel and with I think this new connection with your I don't know if it's, well, you've already mentioned it, with your new relationship with Anthony, and it's bringing, it feels like there's more of a beautiful balance of the masculine and the feminine in this relationship, and you're learning from each other and you're supporting and empowering each other. And with your new channel and with when you do the readings, at least with me, expressing your truth, expressing your belief, your authenticity. And so looking, I pulled two tarot cards for you, and they say the same beautiful thing. I got the 10 of Cups. So when it comes to nurturing that inner child, you are experiencing this. You are nurturing your children. You're nurturing your inner child. You have your nieces. Um, you have that energy right there of the loving household, the celebration. And also at the bottom, the overall energy, I got the 6 of Cups. And so again, this is the nostalgia, acknowledging there's the inner child. And for me, and it just jumped right into my head, Allison, but it feels like this could very well be like Wyatt and him with his child in the future,
Hmm.
because of how he was raised, how you and your husband have raised him, and what a beautiful soul he sounds like. He appears to be, well, he is, excuse me, because I haven't met him, so I said he appears to be. but it feels like you are helping bring another generation of moving into this positivity for women and acknowledging and respecting the divine feminine and the woman in the family. So I'm going to end that right there so I don't go on and on like I do sometimes. Um, so, okay.
I put up her comment
Yes.
for you. Yeah.
So there you go. That's what I got for you, girl. And I just love this Fyodor Pavlov deck, Allison. Thank you for showing it and using it because I am in love with it.
I love how
Hi,
you
Sylvia.
excited about decks. I think we all do.
Mhm.
Oh, and I thought I would just mention here. I will just barge right in and say this. I am going to stop buying decks. I have enough deck. Now look at Heather. She doesn't believe me.
Because she
I
told me
did-
this like 2 or 3 months ago. She was like,
Well,
"Heather,
no,
I have my
no,
soul deck now."
no. I have said that a lot. I have said it a lot, you know. But I have here we go. She's got another comment up. I understand Anthony and I are divinely intended. Definitely 6 of Cups. Oh, that's beautiful.
Mhm.
That's beautiful, Alison. I love that. I have too many decks. And I did a reading. And the first card that came up was the devil and temptation.
Ooh.
And the other cards is, you know, buying cards is fine, but when it's like a compulsion, it's like overeating or drinking too much or coveting, you know, and I'm not going to do that anymore. Now it may be that in the future, the distant future, I will, you know, get a deck. I think I'm getting one for Christmas from my son. But you heard it here. I've got enough decks. I don't need because this month I just went crazy and
But this one deck that you just got is I connected already soul wise with it, and I'm waiting to because my friend Amanda's going to give me a birthday card
yeah.
for birthday Christmas, and it's at Raven. So by you getting that deck though, I didn't know that existed, and when I saw the pictures, I knew that boom boom boom
Well,
bells
see,
and
okay,
whistles
what
start
I'm
going off.
talking about, I bought 4 of his decks.
I can't wait to get that.
I mean,
I'm
you know,
excited.
come on, Nancy. You know,
Allison says, "Good for you, Nancy."
yeah, yeah. So yeah, so I just thought I would put this out here, and I have some cards for you, Janet Lee. But I just wanted to say that because yeah, these are beautiful decks. I need to you know, come on. Maybe Heather and I can come on and uh, she can, you know, we can look at the decks that I got from this person because they're absolutely amazing.
Oh my
Or,
God.
but I do have
And Carmela loves ravens. So flowing, go check out a flip through. I'm sure there's one somewhere on YouTube. Wait till you see some of these cards.
yeah,
They're just incredible.
his name is J. Edward Neal, and he did the Dark Fantasy Tarot. And you know, you can also get the guidebooks that go with them. But I got 4 of his decks, 3 oracles and 1 tarot. But the cards that I have for you, Janet, is the first one that came up from the inner child deck for you, Janet, is accept what is. The act of acceptance will bring peace. And you know, look at how beautiful that sky is and all the flowers. And you know, when I look at my life, you know, I think it's important for us to embrace what we have and to be as happy as we can with it, even if things are not, perfect. But the cards that came out for this, for you, Janet, is the card of solitude. And, you know, to me, solitude, I'm an only child, and to me, solitude is very, very important. Um, I require time alone. And when I don't have it for long periods of time, I just, it
Oh,
bothers
Crow.
me. And the second card that came out is trust. And I want you to look at these two cards. Let's see, because they are boats on tranquil water. And Janet says, "Solitude is my friend."
Mm-hmm.
Um, I I see this as being very, very important for you, Janet, to take time away and just envision yourself on still waters, and um, how nurturing that is. And look at the moon in both of these pictures. Um, I love the moon. And the final card from the Mary Magdalene deck is the skull. Love has already won.
Oh, wow.
And,
I like that deck.
it comes back to, that is her message about love and light, and taking the time, Janet, to have the solitude to bring you where you need to be spiritually, and if there's any healing that needs to be done within,
Mm-hmm.
for that to happen. And I love that for you. I think it's very powerful. Thank you for letting me read for you.
All right, and Janet, before I give you your cards, we have another new person in our chat, One Old Crow.
Oh, I
Well,
love
now
the
you
name.
piqued my interest, birds of a feather.
Oh
So
my goodness.
welcome, Old Crow. Welcome, welcome. It's always nice to see new faces. Yep, me a lot of solitude these days. Exactly. Oh,
Yeah,
Janet, yeah.
I love that. I love that. It's nice when we
Mm-hmm.
can visualize something.
Mm-hmm.
That is our sacred place in our mind and in our soul. And I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing that, Janet.
Yes, because Janet, when in one of my groups, my counselor runs them. And one of the coping skills is she loves to have teach us different types of meditation to help us through our moments of stress, grief, anxiety. And it's always about creating a safe space within our minds to be able to go to be able to relax and to calm down and to get grounded and to find peace. And I love how you share that with the rowboat. And I'll have to share that when I talk to her this week. And what she would, this part of this meditation would be is, where are you? Can you feel the sun on your face? What color is the sky? What color is your rowboat? What can you see on the surface of the water? Is there an air in the water causing ripples on the water? Things like that, to get us involved in our meditation and our visuals, to help us, to develop the safe space for us to go to in times of, is it trauma or stress or anxiety or anything like that. Or even if we want to relax and meditate, we just go into, well, we have my safe space, let's go right into it. And then boom, there you are. So I love that you share that. That is wonderful. And so, and Jackie says, I saw you type hi to One Old Crow and I thought you were calling someone a rude name. Jackie Jacaranda.
Yeah.
She would never.
I don't know. There's just something about ravens and crows. I just
Yes. Well,
absolutely love them.
the Morgan. So I'm slowly
Yeah.
getting more connected with them. So, okay, Janet. So from the Rose Oracle, I pulled healing is happening. And this is going to go right along, I believe, with Nancy's reading for you. And just the subtleties of all the different images in this, the beautiful rose blossoming, And, you know, for me, this feels like this is you in the center and your ancestor, your guides all coming around you. And it even looks like this could be Mother Mary or Mary Magdalene.
Mm.
And so there's this beautiful water. It's for all about healing. And the key words are, and this is a really good collective for all of us. You are not broken. Trust the process. It's safe to soften. And when I looked at the tarot cards that I got for you for that, just absolutely perfect. The top one is the Magician.
Mm.
And I've been started reading this book today while I'm waiting to have my tires changed. I was at Starbucks and I was starting to read his book. And for him, the Magician is all about the artist. To him, this is an artist card. You have all your materials on that table, how you create your magic. So you have everything you need
Mm.
at your fingertips. And that beautiful staff is like the one that's being carried forward. That's your wand. That's your power. This is where you send out your thoughts, or you connect from, as above and so as below, bringing that energy to you through your hands, guiding it through your body and into what you do creatively. So this is a beautiful reading about finding ways of helping you to heal. You said you have your visualization of your rowboat, so that could be it. Part of that right there. You're creating, you're visualizing. And one, I think it's in this deck or another one, they talk about the magician being where you what you visualize and create on the inner, you can end up manifesting on the outer. So it's a very powerful card for willpower, manifesting, and creating. I love this card now. I just love this book and this deck. And the bottom overall energy um, is the Ace of Cups. And what struck me out the minute I opened this is that with the other card from the Rose Oracle, it says, healing is happening. Trust the process. It's safe to soften. And it says here, the Ace of Cups is also a loving card. In its most positive aspects, it encourages us to let our guard down. It's safe to soften, to be vulnerable, to feel our feelings and to feel them deeply. If that isn't connected to that healing is happening card, I don't know what is. Trusting the process. It's safe to soften. It's safe to be vulnerable. It's safe, to be able to experience and feel those feelings, especially when you create such a beautiful visual for yourself in that rowboat, for you to be able to be there with your feelings. And you're on water as well. So it says here, it advises us to let the waters flow out, to offer ourselves to others and to the world emotionally, spiritually, and creatively. And there again, there's the tie with the creativity. You have the power within yourself to manifest your healing. And it doesn't have to be immediate, it doesn't have to be rushed. We all heal and grieve and heal. There's another word I'm looking for, heal, to grieve, to heal. And I love that, to soften, to be vulnerable, you know, to get back into loving life. So that's what I have for you, Janet, my dear. Thank you for letting me read for you too. I hope that resonated. And hello, Garnet.
Beautiful. That was beautiful, Heather.
Thank you. This book and this author, just amazing. I
Mhm.
just love, yeah. Well, I haven't seen anybody else asking for a reading.
No,
Does anybody else?
I think that that was it. Just two readings.
Do you want to do one final one for the collective?
Well, you know what I did? Well, yeah, we could do that. I pulled a few cards from the Raven Oracle because everybody was talking about
Ooh.
and um, the first card that came out was the card that says Luna.
Nancy, you want to take Janet's message down so we can see the
Oh,
card better?
okay. Yeah, just 1 second. Let me see here. I know. Here we go.
Yes, Allison. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm
There.
glad you got that.
The first card is Luna. And look at this. The woman has look at her arms.
They're her wings. Yeah.
Her wings. And the name of the deck, let me get the front of the box, is The Wisdom of the Raven. Now I bought this on Amazon. And it was mailed by the creator. Each one of his decks is $38, and he has a guidebook that you can order separately. That is $5.99, and let's see what it says. Let me see what it says here, just to give you an idea. The Luna, he says, things are rarely as they seem. Keep in mind when you encounter Luna, she's here to remind you that you might be chasing illusions. Perhaps you're under the impression that a recent bout of emotional distress is fully healed, or that you've overcome something which was fearsome, or that everything has fallen neatly into place. And yet your subconscious could be saying otherwise. So I think it's a hard-hitting deck. Let's see. Little Sis is calling Janet Lee. So good to see you here, Janet.
Hi, Janet.
The next card is the card of the divine. And, ravens fly upside down when courting, Garnet says. Garnet is a wealth of information. I love that.
He is.
Yes. And the final card that I pulled was the card of prophecy.
Oh, God.
Isn't that beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we all need to soar, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The males fly upside down. They're like, look what I can do. Try to impress.
Yeah, the females are too busy cackling and laughing.
Yeah, and they're laughing, going, yeah, keep letting them. That's what we like for them to do. Let them keep making fools out of us.
I love it. Oh, goodness.
Oh, my goodness. So, for the collective, I pulled some cards, and from the Rose Oracle, I got the Rose Garden. Mm-hmm. So, while embracing our inner child, innocence, forgiveness, and to be gentle with yourself. That beautiful message right there. And that's what we need to do, because we are humans spiritual beings having a human experience. Sometimes, in some circles in the spiritual community here on YouTube, not necessarily our inner, but within, there are some, who really stress where, if you're not always thinking in the highest love and light, if you're not constantly positive, if you're having low vibration or low feelings, that you're not ascending, you're descent. And a lot of that can put fear into us and can really harm and damage our healing process. So yes, it's good to stay positive. It's good to remind ourselves and have positive affirmations. But we also got to remember we are human. We are going to have days and sometimes maybe weeks or a month or two here and there where we are just going to maybe fall apart, or we're going to have to deal with stuff that comes up. Mm-hmm. And we are not going to feel all positive. We're not going to be feeling all, rainbows and unicorns and, butterfly farts and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? It's just too much, and it's okay, because we are human. We are supposed to experience those. There are lessons for us. So I love this card as a reminder that when we do have those moments where, we can't uphold what others they're thinking that, you're saying about being, oh my God, I'm not being positive. I got it. Again, it's okay. We're human. We're supposed to have these emotions, and we learn them. We work through them. And I got the next card I got is the Sub Rosa, and I love this. Hidden in plain sight, mysteries and learning and teaching. So we learn each from each other. And I love how she's putting her fingers together. It's, the sign like the pyramid, the balancing of the divine feminine and the masculine, and the Sub Rosa going underground, going under beneath what's under that bloom. To get that bloom, you have to have the roots, you have to have the dark, you have to have, the seeds. It's gonna, there is going to be that darkness from time to time to be able to develop and grow that beautiful bloom and blossom. And from the Theodore, I got the top card, Six of Swords, moving, moving forward, crossing those waters, to help nurture the child. When we do all that, we are part of our journey. We are moving forward. We are moving to the other side where we can start healing those traumas and start working on healing ourselves and looking forwards to a better future. And the under overall energy was actually the Knight of Cups, but I don't do reversals. However, he did come reversed, and I'm looking to see. Because sometimes he talks about reversals in his on his cards, but I've noticed not all of them. So for this one here, um, he says, I wanted my Knight of Cups to stand beside his horse, basically his horse, on equal footing as devoted companions rather than a rider and a steed. So this is beautiful. They are on their journey together. The horse is drinking water. He is drinking water. They are taking care of both of themselves. They're nurturing each other. So we're nurturing our inner child. It talks about appreciating the moment, to dream and to let your mind wander and to refresh itself. um, this says he should not linger there too long and risk being caught up in his contemplation and becoming distracted from his quest. The knight is still a card of action, but it is in his nature to dream and be guided by his creative vision. So be guided by your creative vision. Let that carry you across those waters to the other side to help you, and to just know that, again, without no mud there is no bloom, like for the
Yeah.
lotus, like for the flowers. So keep nurturing all that, keep nurturing that, your inner child, you know and that's what I have for everybody.
Flowing said being human is hard, and one old crow
Yes.
says we have to work through all our emotions. And
Mm-hmm.
all of this is hard work. It really
Yeah.
is. We have to just embrace what comes and do the very best that we can with what we've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like what old crow said. I think this is why, or what I popped in for. Have
Yeah.
been hearing a lot about my intuition lately. So, and the crows and ravens, they teach us about our own magic, the magic that's within ourselves, the mystery. They say crows and ravens are harbingers of death. But no, they remind us that, without birth there is no death. They remind us of the cycle of life and how we can die to one way and be reborn into another. So they're very powerful, yes. And this is things that I'm learning here and there as I'm starting to work and maybe and converse a little bit more with the Morgan, and the crows and the ravens. So
Oh, thank
most
you, Garnet.
definitely.
I love ravens, but we don't have ravens here where I am in Western North Carolina. At least I've never seen one. We have a lot of beautiful birds, but we we have a plethora of crows. And I absolutely love crows because they are so smart.
Mm-hmm.
And they have all these different calls, and they look out for one another. The only thing is, I don't like how they pull. If a hawk will fly by, they'll gang up on it and pull the hawk's tail feathers out so that it can't
Oh,
fly. And oh, this is this ring. This is a Labrador. Let me see,
Labrador,
Labrador.
right?
Let me see if I can take it off and get it real close where you can. I'm so challenged with. Well, it doesn't show the. There's a lot of beautiful fire in it.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't. You just can't see it.
Yep.
But
The labradorite. Yep.
yeah,
They're beautiful.
yeah. This one's moonstone, but yeah,
That moonstone's gorgeous.
yeah. But anyhow, well, I have enjoyed this, and I want to thank everybody for.
And you did a great job.
Well, thank you, thank you.
You really did meaning.
I have an outro, and I'm going to try and play it. And Gerald did these for me, and it's been forever since I've done this, but I have enjoyed it. And Alison, this is a HSN special. It's from J. King's Minefields. So where I got it. Yeah. So I want to thank you all for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
I want to thank Heather for allowing
trying to help
do this. Yeah, she's been very helpful, and it was just great hanging out with you all. And we'll see you next week, probably on Heather's channel, because
yes.
I don't know.
My hours are
we'll decide, but
Yep.
But anyhow,
and then I'll see everybody Friday with Allison.
Yes, that's awesome. And y'all have a beautiful evening. Yes. I made a big pot of chili, so that's what's in my future.
We had pizza earlier, so that was our treat for the day.
Good night, everybody.
Yes, good night. Bye-bye.